Lucas, and this is BearBanter. This is the second video I've uploaded, I'm pretty sure, but, yeah, I mean, you can probably tell what the video is about from the title, but it's gonna be one of those videos where I just talk about something that happened, and I'm thinking about doing a lot of videos like that, so if you're interested, make sure to follow along and subscribe and like. But today I'm going to be talking about something that actually happened today, but it's made me realize a lot of things, in a lot of different ways. It's made me even more aware about how attached I can get, and what I can let people do to me, thinking that it's okay for them to do. But basically, I was in a year-long relationship, and it ended today. And just for some context, yeah, me and this girl, we were dating for, quite a while, and I really thought that, like, oh, this is gonna be it, like, this is good. But as the relationship went on, I found myself changing just for to like me, in many ways, but I couldn't get that back, in a way, and maybe it was the way that I asked, or that I tried to make it happen. Maybe that came off controlling, but I found myself just being really controlled without her thinking that she was controlling me, because during the whole time of our relationship, I realized that I was the one who was doing everything, and kind of respecting everything in a way, and I'm not the type of person to take all the credit either. Obviously she did help me with stuff and so on, but during most of that relationship I just kind of felt unloved in a way, even though I know that I guess I was. But after we went through the rough patch in our relationship, and this stemmed from like age gap, and also apparently I was being controlling and so on, she kept breaking up with me, and I remember the first time that she did it, because I was broken up 9 times total, this whole year, but she did it, and, I don't know, apparently we fixed it, but I guess ever since then I just never really felt the same. I just never felt like I was her first choice. She always made me feel like an option, like she could do better, and I was just there to bring her comfort and to be there when she needed me and such. When she wanted attention, I wasn't actually seen for me in a way, because it just felt that whenever I brought up my issues, whenever I set boundaries, they weren't as respected as I respected hers in a way. With whatever she said, I was okay with it, it was cool. I asked questions about it, and I respected it, but when I would ask for the same treatment, it just felt like I was asking for so much more, when in reality I was just asking for the same as she does. And after the third breakup that she did, because I think almost all of these breakups, so I think I only tried to break up once, I do have to admit, during most of them I begged, and I was crying, and I begged, and I cried, and I begged, and I guess after a while that kind of just felt repetitive, and it kind of made me feel like that was why she was doing it, to make me beg, to have that authority over me that she can make me do something like that, and that she can kind of like make me beg for her in a way, and I don't know if that gave her satisfaction for whatever she was doing, but after a while of doing this I realized that someone that loves you won't just leave you in the span of 30 minutes like today and end things with me like I meant nothing to her. And somebody that loves you will keep their promises to you, and somebody that loves you won't just break up with you on a random Tuesday for no sudden explanation. That is what I've learned. And with dating her as well, it just felt like she never knew what she wanted. It made me feel like I was too much, but not enough at the same time. And if I'm being honest, I kind of just ignored all of that because I felt like she was the one. But after a while I realized that she didn't love me the same way that I loved her. And after our second last breakup, I guess you could say, when she broke up with me, when she broke up with me again, I respected it. I refused to beg because I was not gonna let myself be that pathetic again after I realized what all of this was. That she was just being really controlling and manipulative in a way, and I was the only one that kind of felt that way, like she didn't feel like she was controlling me. But after I explained that to her and I told her and I set boundaries and I left her with the sense that I knew what I wanted and I knew that the way she was acting wasn't correct. She called me back a few days later and asked if we could talk, and that things ended in a way that she didn't want. And for me, I knew that was a sign that this would probably end in this way that I wanted to end, but I know that it shouldn't end. And sure enough, she called me crying, asking to get back together, and I just gave in. Because as much as I kind of didn't really want to, I thought that I had no other option, because I mean, who else do I have in my life that, I mean, at least cares about me somewhat? But I think after today I realized that it was all kind of a fraud. And when I did get back together with her, I thought that I set really good boundaries, and I thought that she wasn't gonna let other people's opinions get in the way of our relationship. But today just proved to me that that's never gonna change, and she's never gonna know what she wants. And also, it's only been a day, but I can't really sleep. I'm making this at 2 a.m. because it just keeps replaying in my mind that she left me with not even a paragraph explaining why she wants to break up. Nothing. She just said, let's break up. I said, okay, are you sure? And then she said yeah. So then I asked her, like, you just gonna leave like nothing meant anything? And she said something did mean something, but I've already hurt you too much. Which is really stupid of her to say, because I thought that everything was getting better. I was happy in the relationship now, but she did that again. So now I'm not happy. And it just was all for nothing. And I think with this whole thing, I've wasted a year of my life over a girl who I thought was my soulmate, but it doesn't even take her 30 minutes to decide that she wants to break up with me. And personally, I feel like I deserve more than that. I know I do, and I can't believe that someone could treat me that way. And I feel really stupid for thinking that she actually did care, as much as I thought that she did. But during that whole period of our relationship, I was just doing too much, and loving her too much, and caring about her too much, and she was just not interested anymore, I guess. And as far as that goes, I guess I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if she's going to come back. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I really just want time to myself to just move on from her and from the situation, because this is the craziest thing I've ever experienced with someone, and I've had a crazy ex, guys, but to have someone treat me like I literally meant nothing to them by breaking up with me in the span of 30 minutes as soon as she woke up, that just sent me into a whole wormhole, because I have spent so much time on this girl, so much money, so much care, so much love, so much appreciation. I tried so hard, and for some reason I'm still the problem. She still can't just choose me. But I guess, guys, what can you do about it? And to be honest, I'm not even really upset. I'm just kind of like confused, and then again, I kind of expected it. So I do kind of miss her, but also I know that I shouldn't miss someone who doesn't even care about me as much as I care about them. And if I'm being honest, I wish that I broke up with her and stayed like that instead of going back. So that's my fault. But thank you guys so much for listening to my little rant. If anything happens, I will update you. Well, that's all for now. Bye bye. This is BearBanter. Make sure to like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe.